Is the second day for grant payments for pensioners and people living with disabilities. SASSA set up early payments this month to avoid overcrowding and to enforce social distancing amid the COVID-19 outbreak. It's reported that two elderly pensioners died yesterday while waiting to receive their payments. ENCA's Tsehoacho Moagi is at a pay point in Diepsloot, that's here in Gauteng, and she joins us live now. Tseho, good morning to you. So the reports of these two elderly pensioners dying yesterday, these reports came from the Social Development Minister herself. Where exactly were these deaths?
That is correct. Good morning, Xoli. So we know that the one death was in Gauteng. Speaking to ENCA last night, the minister confirming that the one death was in Gauteng and the other was in KZN. She did mention, however, that the lady that passed away in Gauteng actually did not, she was getting off a taxi, and she then suspects that there were then underlying issues, that underlying health issues, and that is why she then sadly lost her life while on her way actually to collect her pension and her social grant. But Xoli, I'd just like for you to see the situation here in Diepsloot at the moment. Already it is the queue here is already starting to pile up. A lot of people have started queuing here, telling me that they've been here from about 5 o'clock this morning, and this queue is now going right round this particular mall of Diepsloot Mall, where a lot of the people will be coming to get their grants. But let us speak to one of the pensioners here about how long he's been waiting for and the challenges that they actually face. Peterson Maluleke is going to be speaking to us. Ntate Maluleke, thank you so much for nako ya hao. So re tlogele fela some of the challenges tse le di bonang ha le tla le tlo collecta di grant tsa lona.
Ke tsejo
Di challenges tsa lona le face di challenges tse feng ha le tla le tlo collecta di grant.
More ne bothata ba go ema line nako e itelele ene re batho ba bantsi and ba bangwe re a ba ja sugar, diabetes, high blood pressure, ya loka nneche a ke go no ema nako e itelele
Jwale ha o le jwalo ntate le etsa jwang le aja or le hloka something ka hare ha se le kene?
Ya ge re kene a ke re ge re gola mola re santse re o reka tša go ja.
Okay. And if itlile nako mang hoseng le tlile kang?
Ke tlile ka taxi ke fitlile mo about 5:30.
Okay. All right. Peterson Maluleke. Xoli, just giving us details about his struggles when he actually comes here to collect his grant, saying that there are some of them that have got sugar diabetes, they've got high blood, and then they suffer having to stand in long queues for so long, not having eaten since early morning. As you can hear, saying that he's been here since about 5:30 this morning, and they're only opening these gates and the post office at about 8 o'clock.
Yeah, Tseho, the other important element about the social grant payments since starting yesterday was the transport issue. Some taxis saying that they received the message very late in the night about them having had to extend the hours given what they were told earlier about the lockdown. Have there been problems from some pensioners in that queue about trying to get to that pay point?
Well, it does not seem like there have been problems from some of the pensioners here. They are mentioning that there are taxis that have been available to actually bring them to Diepsloot Mall so that they can actually get their grants. And they are saying that from what they heard yesterday as well and from what they saw, they understand that they'll have to try leave here as soon as possible before that 8 o'clock mark or even earlier, just so that they can get some food and besides that, just to ensure that they actually do get home safely.
Yeah, Tsehoacho Moagi live for us in Diepsloot. That's here in Johannesburg, one of the hugely populated areas. And as you can tell, Jane, social distancing is still an issue. The pensioners standing close to each other. I know that on Sunday, the Gauteng Premier, David Makura, was addressing a media briefing and they spoke about deploying patrollers, community patrollers who are going to make sure that that social distancing is maintained, but it doesn't.
Where are they? I was talking to Tseho before she went out and we both commented on something that you possibly don't see away from the coronavirus are those queues. that the elderly and those who need the grants stand in every single time they have to get their grants. I mean, weren't you shocked by the amount of people, the queuing? And it's not just happening during this time.
Do you know what that says, Jane? It talks to the face of poverty in the country and how widespread it is, because it's not just in communities in Gauteng. I was looking at social media messages in other provinces, Eastern Cape, for example, fellow colleagues in the media tweeting and actually shooting the videos. Even people, members of the public, shooting a video where a line has gone out of the premises where the payout is being made onto the road, and it's a snaking queue that goes down the road. It just paints that ugly picture.
And that's every month. It's not just today and yesterday.
Yeah.
Frightening.
It's tough.